Yes, people, welcome back to another episode, and Chelsea continue their European adventure. Is it the Champions League? Absolutely not. Is it even the Europa League? No, it's the Conference League. Look, we are where we are on merit. We're in the competition, so we may as well win the competition. And this week, we'll travel to the Deutschland. Guten Morgen, as Chelsea Football Club take on Heidenheim. That definitely sounds like an alcohol beverage. Very close to Heineken, Heidenheim, if that's how you even pronounce it. But games like these are fun to watch. We score a bundle of goals and players can just express themselves, but can't take them lightly, because when we do take teams lightly, we get found out like Serviette. So look, whoever gets selected in the 11 needs to be on it, because Heidenheim are a very physical team. I've watched them a few times this season because I've been keeping an eye on their young talent, Paul Wanner, who's on loan from Bayern Munich, who's 18 years old. He's definitely a one to watch and probably their most threatening player. But look, what can you expect from Heidenheim? Well, they're sitting 15th in the Bundesliga, 2 points above the relegation zone. In fact, they haven't won in the Bundesliga in the last 7 games. They've scored 15 goals, which isn't that bad for being that low in the table, but they've conceded 20 goals. But it is in the European Conference League where they have had most of the success, winning 3 out of their 3 games. What do I expect from them on the pitch? Well, they are a very physical side. They don't like possession. They don't keep the ball well or at all. And they're not very much a pressing team. So they will sit back, invite pressure on, keep their shape, and look to beat Chelsea by counter-attacking. But I'm expecting Chelsea to be camped in their half, with a lot of possession, coming up against a low block. But I do expect us to have the finesse and the quality to see this game through. So it's going to be interesting to see Enzo Maresca's selection, because I don't think we need to tactically outsmart them because we've got the better quality. I think we can just beat them on pure quality. But with Aston Villa coming up on the weekend, Aston Villa not having a great time at the moment, not picking up a win in the last 5 games. Aston Villa do play with a high line, so the way you beat Aston Villa is it by exploiting that, and that's not João Felix's natural game. So will he take part in this game tonight? We'll maybe go with a more direct approach on the weekend. But one thing I do know and is for certain, I want Chelsea to keep a clean sheet. We've only kept 1 clean sheet in our last 11 games, and that was against Noah. So I think the biggest positive to come out of tomorrow night, yes, win the game of course, but let's see if we can keep a clean sheet. But look, I don't think we need to tactically outsmart them or rely on our big guns to beat them. They've actually only won 2 out of the last 9 games. Both of those victories come in the UEFA Conference League. But they did nearly cause an upset on the weekend, where they went away to Bayer Leverkusen, went 2-0 up, only to get beat 5-2. And then I got thinking, so what would be my starting 11? And naturally, I would expect Romeo Lavia to play because he didn't play on the weekend. But then I remembered he's not even registered. So do you start Enzo Fernandez? Look, I think we can field numerous different 11s and still win this game of football, because I just think we're better quality. We've got better quality players than Heidenheim. And the fact that we will be likely dominating the game, that allows us just to control everything. Now, I actually like what Enzo Maresca did against Noah. He kind of set up in a 4-1-4-1 formation. I actually wouldn't mind seeing something similar. But considering Jadon Sancho hasn't played for weeks, and it would be great to see him get some minutes under his belt, I do think he'll play. And I do think Udryk has done enough to keep his place in this European starting 11 at least. So although I would love it, I don't think Tyreek George will start. But let's get into it. So I think he's going to start with Philip Jorgensen in goal. The thing is with the goalkeepers in playing in these competitions, they don't get tested very often, so they can't really work themselves into that number 1 position. I think Disasi will start right back. Obviously, the injury to Malo Gusto and Reece James. Get well soon, Reece James, boy. 2 centre-backs will be Torsen, and I think Balashiel will start. And your left-back, the passionate guy, Renato Vieira. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Who starts in that double pivot? I think Keenan Dewsbury-Hall will be one of them. But do you start with Enzo Fernandez and carry on that momentum that he's building? Because you can't start Lavia. Caicedo's certainly not going to start. But I actually think he's going to start Casadei. I would love nothing more to see you. Keno Dyer starting, Tyreek George starting, Samuel Raksaki, or even Davide Washington. But unfortunately, I just can't see it. So I think he's going to start with Jadon Sancho on the right to give him some minutes. For Kyle Mudryk to continue his good form on the left. Then what I think he'll do, and I'm going to tell you what I would do afterwards, I think he's going to start with João Felix in the attack midfielder role and Chris Van Cuckoo at top. But what I would do, because I think he did well against Noah, I would actually rest João Felix, play Chris Van Cuckoo as the number 10, because I think naturally that's his best position. And then I would start Mark Gee up front. But like I say, I don't think that'll happen. I think João Felix will start Chris Van Cuckoo as at number 9. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? How do you think this game will go? Do you think it's about time we keep a clean sheet? Who do you think is going to start? Because if we're being honest, it's just a guessing game because you could literally field multiple different 11s. But I do think this game, we're going to find it more difficult to break down because Heidenheim won't come out with impress with. They'll look to keep the shape and be compact. And that's naturally more difficult to break down than an expansive pressing team. But for my prediction, I'm going Heidenheim 0, Chelsea 3. But I'm more interested in hearing your predictions. Let us know in the comments below, what do you expect? How do you expect this game to go? And your match prediction. Once again, guys, don't forget to hit that like button to support this channel. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button as well. And like I always say, thank you very much for your time watching. I appreciate it very much.